He is a square peg in a square hole, a round peg in a round hole. He has, from his background, all that it takes to move this state forward for the best. Now, beyond the rhetorics, the political rhetorics, let us look at his pedigree. He's been a very successful practitioner in his chosen field as an optometrist. He had a very, and still had a very successful business that he's running, a consultancy. And in the course of distinguishing himself, he was able to rise to the pinnacle in his chosen career and his field. He's also been an activist. That's what many people do not know about him. He's an ASU official. He's been an activist. So he has not just been a government man. He has not just been a system man. He has also been on the other side. And that is exactly what we need in Abia today. Somebody who has had the benefit of experience from the two divides. And his professorship is not a ceremonial one. It is something that he got after years of hard work, dedication to duty. He now had the opportunity of demonstrating what he will be able to do when he came to Abia State Polytechnic. And he came on a rescue mission. He was not looking for a job. It was the government that brought him from where he was already displaying his attributes and capabilities to come and head Abia State Polytechnic at a time that that institution was in great difficulty and needed somebody to break that jinx and move the place forward. He came and he distinguished himself. At the time they lost accreditation regarding several courses, he was able to get accreditation restored. And it didn't end there. He also had opportunity again when he was dragged. Remember that all this time, he will be on his own. It is the people that know his pedigree and his capability that will bring him and say, come and replicate what you have done elsewhere in this place. He had opportunity again to do so in Abia State University. And I bet you the records are there that during his stint as the Vice Chancellor of Abia State University, he surpassed his record even in Abia State Polytechnic, such that the record still speaks. Again, I am privy to the fact that in his time, several courses that had lost accreditation had their accreditation restored in his time as Vice Chancellor. Apart from that, if you also know this amiable fellow called Professor Eliezer Uche Ikorine, he is a very humble and down-to-earth person, but very forthright and firm. The one he will not do, that's what his detractors say about him. He would look you in the eye and tell you, I'm sorry, this one is beyond me, I will not do so.
Okay, Councillor.
You want to know why the elders chose him? I am just...
I'll still come back to you. We are just starting.
Okay.
Because whoever that is listening to you, irrespective of these unveiled pedigrees of the man in question, will also know that you are talking as a member of his political party.
Certainly,
and
certainly.
that is why I'm not going to.
But the important thing to ask, sorry, one minute. The important thing to ask is what I have said. Is it the truth? If it is the truth, then
we'll still come to that.
Good. If it is the truth, then whether the truth is said by a member of his political party or by an enemy becomes immaterial.
We'll come back to you.
The answer is yes, it is the truth.
No, there is no man who had ever judged himself without coming up right. So, no, we are talking about the Ukwa Elders Council, and we know they are supposed to be apolitical. And as a group, there is no how these selected elders of 9 political local governments in Abia State will, be in one party. What do you think is the reason for this choice of candidate? We assume that all the members of the Elders Council are PDP members.
I am not surprised that this PDP man said what he had to say. Of course, if he didn't say it, I would drive him out of the station here because he's supposed to protect his party.
And also say the truth.
The man we are talking about is Professor Eliezer Uchikonne. He is a personal friend of mine, and we are also from the same local government area. But the question is, should these elders should they have adopted a particular candidate out of several other candidates? Are they supposed to be political? What impression are these elders trying to create? Now let me tell you a story. 2 months ago, there was a problem in this particular council between Dr. Max Ndwagibe, not my own Ndwagibe anyway, and the current leader of the party, my own Ndwagibe, yes. And that's His Excellency Eric Achonwakama. They met at Owerenta under the auspices of my Lord Bishop Mwabia. And there was a problem about who to adopt and who not to adopt. 3 candidates were invited. That is Professor Eliezer Uchikonne, Enyi Nayanwafo, and Bishop Emeka Wamba. We are invited to state why they should become, each of them, or why they should become the governor of Abia State. And they made their presentations. That caused a problem among the elders. And they left. A few days later, they met and suspended the leader, Dr. Max Ndwagibe, and elected Eric Achonwakama as the leader. What was the problem? The problem was, should we as a body adopt a particular candidate? Shouldn't we as a body be neutral and say whosoever that emerges out of Ngwa should become governor? That was the problem. So, I know that Ngwa Council of Elders should be a neutral body. I know that they are not supposed to be pro-PDP, pro-APC, pro-ABGA, pro-YPP, or pro-anything. The mistake they have made, because it is a mistake now to have adopted one. Ohaneze Ndigbo made the same mistake in 2015 by coming together, having all their eggs in one basket, and adopting a PDP candidate against APC and against reasoning being neutral, and they paid dearly for it.
Have they made a similar mistake today?
Okanangwa has made a mistake right now. Well, we're not talking about Ohaneze.
No, you brought the analogy in. I think you should also learn it for the benefit of the public. Don't leave it
for now, they have not. I'm not aware that they've adopted any candidate. Right now.
Ohaneze
has adopted.
Yes. They've adopted somebody.
Okay, they've adopted somebody. Okay, they've adopted, which is also a mistake.
In politics, there is no
which is you can a group such as Ukwa Council of Elders should be neutral. As individuals, they can support whoever that they want individually. But as a body, I think it is wrong to have adopted Uchikonne. That is not to say that Uchikonne is not a good candidate. No. That is not to say that Uchikonne will not become a good governor. No. But ordinarily, I think it is wrong. It is a miscalculation for them to have come together and to have adopted a particular candidate, be that Nana Wafo, being with that Uchikonne, being that Bishop Emeka Wamba. That was wrong. So I think that is a wrong move. That is a miscalculation. That is setting a bad example for others to follow. I condemn that idea. That is my own opinion.
Honorable Emeka, I had know also that you are of the PDP, and a group, a land, we said 9 local governments coming together to adopt a particular person when you have others. Is it as a result of the other people's, or they lack the merits, or whatever yardstick that was set for them to have been chosen? Why choosing a particular candidate, a particular person?
You know, it's just like council said earlier on, you know, this thing is when you're going to football match, you go with your first 11. You understand? Yeah, these elders, you know what you call them? Elders council. They have sat and invited these their sons and daughters who are vying for this governorship position and had a chat with them. You understand? That does not mean that they didn't know them, you know, individually before. They did not like present your manifesto to us because we have the other candidates coming from the other geopolitical zone of the party, you know, to contend with. So now let's know, you know, your programs and your manifesto. So they presented it and they have found out that Uche is just the best. So they now decided, these are our sons and daughters, these are our children, please stop spending so far. You understand? Now let us all of us support this he is the best among all of you. You understand? That does not mean that the other ones are not good. But the thing is that you will see that this man has proved himself over time. You understand? He has always been on a rescue mission, just like the council said. Each time they will go, whenever there is problem or crisis in every particular this thing, they will just call him, please come and rescue us. And this time you can see that the way things are going in other states, you know, the same thing with so many other states in Nigeria. So
he's coming to rescue us in Abia?
No, he's coming to, you know, the thing is that the situation now is that both everywhere in the country, we are looking for rescue. You understand? It's not
the rescue is actually global.
It's global. It's not unique
in every nation, even
in
the US.
It's not peculiar to
Abia. They need to be rescued.
Yes, it's not peculiar to Abia.
He's coming to rescue us in Abia. That automatically means that the sitting governor has not done well.
No, that is not the truth.
That is your own opinion, moderator, not what he said.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm asking a question. I'm asking a question.
The contention here is not if he is a good candidate or not. The contention is if he can rescue Abia or not. My grounds is, why would this apex body adopt a particular candidate?
All right.
Why can't they
It's not that place.
Okay. When we talked about his rescue mission to Abia State Polytechnics, and you also mentioned ABSU.
Yes.
ABSU.
Amongst others that I highlighted.
Are you aware that shortly after him, the accreditation, Abia State Polytechnics was de-accredited? Are you aware of that?
He was not one in charge then.
He was not the one in charge. I know. That's what I'm saying.
It was not shortly.
And
it was not shortly after him.
Yeah.
Because he had even gone to Abia State University.
I'm coming. You take the question together. As you
but
talk
you also
now,
need to put your premise right.
We take the question together.
All right.
And now, when he was leaving Abia Poly, where the lecturers not good, I'm asking you, then from there you now move on.
Very well. Before he came, how much or for how many months were they owed? Secondly, by the time he was leaving, if they were being owed, assuming they were being owed for 3 years, I'm just giving an example, because I don't have the exact figure, and then he was able to shore it up and reduce that the number of months or period to, let's say, 6 months. Wouldn't that be a credit to him? Are you now going to flog him for the sins of those before him that he came to remedy? And mind you, his going there was because the government saw that those before him didn't get it right. And so they sent him to go and remedy the situation, and he delivered. There was an area that I would love to touch upon, which is why the elders chose him. My brother here and friend and namesake, Emeka, has said that when you're going for a football match, you go with your best or your first 11. Yes. What the Ngwa Elders Forum, of which yours truly here I'm a member, did was to respond to the advice and suggestions of our people. That many of our sons are out there spending money. And that in such a situation, if they are allowed to continue spending, at the end of the day, only one person will be on that seat. It doesn't matter from where. Even if we go to Kauran Amoda to bring somebody to sit in Omahia as the governor, only one person will be on the seat at any given point in time. And that since all these were our sons, why don't you people call them together and dialogue with them? Find a way to make them stop spending and reduce the acrimony. That was exactly what the elders we did. We invited them. Let us know what you have for us. At the end of the day, after having listened to them, the elders came to a conclusion that of all of them, because they appeared, they gave their manifestos, of all of them, this is the person we think. That's how the support or choice of him came about. After everybody has done your presentation, we think that this person stands the best chance, everything taken into consideration, has the better program, everything taken into consideration. Not that the others are not good, that's not what we are saying. Yes, they are good. They are very good. They are our sons, they are our brothers, they are very good. But where you have 5 good people,
we're looking for the best.
We're looking for the best from the side, and that was exactly what they did. So the elders forum provided leadership that was needed so as to prevent a situation where our people will continue with the acrimony usually and bitterness associated with. So are we now going to blame the elders for living up to the expectation as elders? Are we going to blame them for providing the desired and necessary leadership? And why we disagreed with Dr. Max Ngwa, not that the stand the elders took was wrong. No. That history also needs to be put right. Was when he issued certain libelous statements against many members of the elders forum, castigating them. And even on the forum where we are, he proceeded unilaterally to start removing everybody on the forum. I was a victim. Oh, good. Okay, even you, I'm fine. Even the proprietor of livingtv Academy, Barrister St. Moses. So he dealt with everyone here who was trying to run it like a sole proprietorship, which is not nice. We refused to agree to his own. The majority, look, in democracy, what are you looking for? Let the minority have their say, but let the majority have their way. Now, the majority felt that this is the way we should go. But he alone, he stood out alone and went the other way. And when we disagreed with him, he kicked all of us out of the platform as the administrator. So that history needs to be set right.
Okay, Doc, so from what we were saying, it is not the issue of who becomes the sole accepted candidate by the Elders Council that Ngwa left the organization. It is not because of the choice of the elders, the choice of Prof. Sikonne that took Dr. Max out as the then leader of the Elders Council.
Let me quickly react to this. I am not Dr. Max Ndragibe's spokesperson. But I am aware that when this issue heated so much, I had to bring Dr. Max Ndragibe live on radio with me to find out from him what the issue was. And he still maintains, and I will even call him after this show, that he was pushed out of the Elders Council because he said we should not adopt any particular candidate.
He removed me, sir.
We should allow all our sons to go to the field, and as individuals, we can support whosoever we want to support individually.
That was a standard.
That was standard. We should not make Okwalangwa Council of Elders be political. We should not make others see that we have left our role as advisors. We should be advisory in our approach and not political. Ndragibe said this. I even had to invite the current leader, His Excellency Chief Eric Achonwakama, to come and respond. He also gave his own side of the story. The entire issue surrounds on who do we adopt. And Ndwagebe says, let us not adopt anybody. Let us allow our sons to go out to the field and test their popularity. And let us support whosoever we want to support. Now let me ask, if Umuahia people now adopt their own, when the people adopt their own candidates, maybe Isukwa Tomunuch adopt their own candidates as Ukwa, Ngwa elders have adopted theirs, it becomes clannish to me. So I still maintain that adopting Professor Chikone is a wrong move. He's a good man. I won't take it away from him. He is qualified to govern Abia and do better as governor. I can't take that away from him. He has done well in the areas where he practiced. I can't take that away from him. But one thing I am against is turning this formidable group into an arm of PDP, because that is exactly what they have done. Okolangwa Council of Elders has become an arm and a branch of the PDP, and that is very wrong.
With due respect, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're very, very wrong.
Honorable, please.
You're very
You're free to disagree with me.
You didn't get it right. That means you missed the premise entirely.
That is what Ndwagebe said, that they are arguing.
I thought you were standing on your own. I thought that was your
No, he said it that they want to turn the Council of Elders to a branch of PDP, which he said no to.
No, he's even wrong. You understand?
Okay, both of them are come to argue.
No, he's not the same Ndwagebe.
You know, he was also my lecturer in the university, Dr. Max Ndwagebe.
You see, the thing is that, from what Doc has said, even if the other three blocks goes ahead to adopt their own individual candidates, it's not out of place. There's nothing wrong about that. Let them adopt theirs. You understand that if they have candidates coming from their own geopolitical then let the masses will now come and be the final deciders. You understand? The thing is that there is nothing wrong in adopting. If they also have a candidate or candidates that are as good as Professor Eliezer Ikone, then let them adopt them. You understand? The people will decide. But now to say that somebody is trying to make Managua an arm of PDP, no, this is a group that should have political interests. They have just exercised their interests, just like every individual has the right to have or exercise his political interests. What the group have just done is to exercise their political interests. And just like I and Council have, asserted in there, the thing is this. There are what we have called post-election acrimonies and bitterness. You understand? And also pre-election. The elders try to make sure that this thing does not exist, or where it is already existing, to curtail it. You understand? By picking one candidate, so that these other ones early enough can then too, and then rally around this very and reduce their spending.
All right, wonderful viewers. We will be going on a very short break. Thank God you're there, and I'm sure you'll be there as we come back from this break. When we come back, issues of the moment will continue. Don't go away.
ambition to be millionaires is running the country down. We all want to be millionaires and to live in the air. Oh, let's save Nigeria so Nigeria won't die. Which way Nigeria? Which way Nigeria? Which way to go? Which way to go? I love my fatherland. Oh yeah. I want to know. Yes, we want to know. Which way Nigeria is heading to. Remember that a simple step is the beginning of a million miles. Let's start right now to...
Welcome back. I'm happy you're still there watching our program Issues of the Moment. And today we are discussing the Elders Council of Ngwa and their choice of candidate in a PDP person. All right, having said that, you can also call us. The phone lines are open now. You can call, make your contributions, or ask questions. Our discussants are fully loaded. They can take any question of the, as it concerns what we are discussing today. And the number to call is 091-682-84994. I take it again, 091-682-84994. Call us, tell us your name, where you're calling from, and then make your contribution or maybe suggestion or question. All right, Council, let me come back to you. Dr. Ndwago has not disputed the fact that the choice of the Elders Council is a good person. He didn't dispute that fact. But what he's saying is that as elders, it was very wrong and it's still very wrong for them to have chosen a particular candidate. Meanwhile, there are about 4 indigents who are in this race, though in various political parties and so on. Yes. Then why choosing a particular political party? And it makes them look like an arm of that party, PDP.
In fairness to Dr. Ndwagi, he was quoting the opinion of Dr. Ndwagi. He said so, not his own opinion. I'm happy about that. And I think I had earlier on dealt with the issue of the opinion of Dr. Ndwagi. Coming back to it maybe in passing again, let me reiterate that the decision of the Elders Council was responsive to the request of our people. I need to reiterate. The decision of the Elders Council was responsive to the request of the people of Okwa. We are mere representatives. That doesn't make us Okwa, on our own. We represent the people. We lead a particular set of people from a particular area. And so whatever we do, our actions are guided by what they want also. Their welfare, their well-being, and suggestions. So they said, why would you allow these our sons to go and be spending money? And you know what goes on with politicking, attacking each other and so on. Rather than do that, why don't you people, as elders, see a way of bringing them together? Look at them, examine them, x-ray them, and then from the lot, narrow down to one person and ask the others to queue up behind that person. And that was exactly what the elders did. Invited them, discussed with them, heard from them, looked at their materials, looked at their track record, and so on and so forth. Everything taken into consideration. And also listened to what the people were saying. It wasn't just the decision of the elders alone. We gave a listening ear to what our people wanted. And the people were saying, all of them are good. No doubt about that. But of the lot, this is the best. And so let us go with the best. Please, use your good offices as elders to prevail on our other sons to step down and allow this person to go. so that we will have a common voice, rather than dissipate energy, rather than divide votes. Let us shore up the votes behind one person, and that way we stand the best of chances. And that was exactly what the elders did.
Okay, Doc, I know you also an indigenous of the Opalangwa. You are from
Isialangwa North.
Yes, Isialangwa North. So you are an indigenous of the Opalangwa.
The people that told us what we did. Yes, the people that told us what he is one of the people that told us what we did. No, he hasn't denied it.
Okay,
when
now
he has been considered
from what Barrister said, all these sons of Opalangwa land, they were called together and they were given reasons by the elders why they should allow their brother. And it's like Professor Kone is the eldest amongst them.
No, sorry. The elders didn't give them reason why
they should.
Okay. The elders listened to them. It was a feedback mechanism first.
Let me
after the elders now came up with a decision based on evidence. It's just like the regular court from the evidence before me.
Okay.
I am
What I want to ask you, I did combine it with what you want to say. What I want to ask you is that now it is obvious that most of these people, all these other sons of Opalangwa land who are in the rest, is like they didn't heed to the advice of the elders because many of them are still in the rest.
I do not want to dispute the fact that they were invited, even though I'm not aware, even though none of them has come out to say that we were actually invited. As a media person, I will go deep into this from today to find out. One, we have the YPP candidate, we have the Accord Party candidate, Bishop Emeka Wampa. We have one, Allen Wachuku from, I don't know his party. And now we have Professor. All right. And now we have Professor.
And he's supposed to be a candidate.
So we have 4 of them. Now, a man has 4 sons, and he's taking sides with 1 son. Out of the 4, what does that show? I have 4 sons, and I've decided now to support only one of my sons
The most obedient.
against the other 4 sons. How would they feel? When they were invited,
when only one of them must go.
This candidate, this PDP man, this PDP man has not told us what did these men say when they were invited.
They even went to their homes.
Happily.
They reached out to them.
Well, did they come?
No, I mean even the elders reached out to them. It was not a decision taken in one day.
So
extensive consultations at different levels.
While in Igbo land, we do not somehow argue with our elders. We do not easily condemn our elders in Igbo land and in Ngwa land. That is why I'm being very careful with my choice of words here. But put a gun here, I will still insist that it was a wrong move made by the Opalangwa Council of Elders. They should have been advisory. They should have allowed these our 4 sons to go to the field. And as individuals, it is their right to support whosoever they should have supported.
Dissipate their energy, divide their votes. Allow 4 of them to go and divide their votes.
And you waste the money.
Whether we like it or not, these 4 sons are going to the field.
And tomorrow the elders will be accused.
Not even minding what the elders have done. I'm not to believe that these 4 sons of Opalangwa will still go to the field. And this action taken by the elders may not even achieve the results.
Yes. They will still go. However, our people are mindful of the fact that the elders have done what the elders ought to do. And that so and so refuse to heed what the elders have done, have said.
When you're talking about your 4 sons, there is one of them you never mentioned, and then from all angles, we also learned he is also a Ngwa man from Isialangwa South, the candidate of Labour Party.
Who is that?
Dr. Alex Oti.
Dr. Alex Oti is my maternal relation from Arochukwu. I know him very well.
He's from Arochukwu.
Dr. Alex Oti is my maternal relation from Arochukwu. He was my senior in Ngwa High School. I know him. I didn't know him today. I knew him right from 1979.
So he's not an Ngwa man?
I said, for the records, Dr. Alex Oti is my maternal relation from Arochukwu. I know his house, I know his compound, a large estate, very fine scenery.
That issue is beyond me to discuss.
I am the one, and I would like to be contradicted by anybody. Okay. I said, let me repeat, and I hope everybody listening would take note of it. Dr. Alex Oti, that I know, was my senior in Ngwa High School. He is my maternal relation from Arochukwu. I know his house in Arochukwu. Okay. That is what I have said. And I would like to be contradicted by anybody on these assertions that I have made.
Anyway,
this is a very sensitive issue that I don't want to delve into.
I said I
don't want to delve into that.
Certain of what he said, when he mentioned his maternal relation.
It's my maternal relation.
I am also aware that in one of the things I've read about him, where he said that he's from Umuru Mvosi in Isialango South. I am quoting him.
Okay.
From Umuru Mvosi in Isialango South.
A man can always adopt, mark ye my words, adopt a domicile of choice, which does not in any way negate the natural origin of the person. And I will give you several examples. Assuming you get married to a lady here and both of you go to US and sire a child there. By American law, that child born there becomes an American citizen.
Automatically.
Now, for example, I have a son born in US. He's an American citizen. But when he comes back home here, will you tell him that he's not from Omoala?
No. It's not possible. It's not possible. All right, I don't want to...
So he can always, maybe, like, maybe his father's job as a clergyman in those days, or church worker, took them elsewhere, and they domicile there. They have plantations in all these places. They have settlements in different places in Ngwa land.
And his deputy is also from that side.
Okay, so you're raising the Muslim ticket.
This one is self-religion ticket.
Honorable,
he's from Arochukwu.
From Doctor?
He's from Arochukwu.
Okay. Let's take it there. Let's take it that way. From what Dr. Stanley said about other sons of Ngwa land who are still in the rest, irrespective of the choice of the elders, do we see these ones as being stubborn, or people who don't heed to elders' advice?
I wouldn't like to use the word rebellious. Like some of them trying to rebel against the council of the elders, because the elders have counselled them, based on like council, how earlier on stated, based on the complaints and the requests and demands from the Okangwas, and the elders acted, called them, reached out to them. But I think the way I'm seeing it that they are trying to take their time. This is like a vehicle that is already in motion, and no matter how the engineers will claim that their brake is automatic, it cannot be that automatic that it will stop abruptly.
At the point of braking?
No. You understand? So the thing is that we should give them time to make their consultations, also reach out to their followers and others and their family members, and then in the course of time, I'm foreseeing some of them, heeding to this wisdom of the elders, gradually, and start stepping down. You shouldn't expect it to be automatic. After all, the elders didn't, waiting the moment they got this complaint and people started, talking to them. Can't we talk to these our guys and all that and all that? Because at the end of the day, the money they are spending is still the same individual money they should have used to help in the development of Okangwa land. So why would they waste it politically when they know that at the end of the day is one person? And the more they continue to waste it, they will even jeopardize the chances of an Ngwa candidate winning the seat.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, Council, from your explanation earlier, you said the elders had to come together and to ensure that these people won't just waste their resources for nothing.
Because at the end of the day, only one person
will be there.
Yes.
And now, since most of them called and cancelled, would not heed to this council of the elders, is it not that same fear they entertained earlier? I think that is that. Don't you think that is what is still going to play out?
The Ngwas will always tell you, you know, if you are giving an advice, it is for you to take the advice or to leave the advice. The important thing is that the elders have done what is required of them to do. They have provided leadership. Tomorrow, nobody will accuse the elders of being docile, of standing by and doing nothing, of failing to provide leadership. While, you know, just like it said that the elders, no elder would be at home and watch the goat deliver on theta. So the job of the elder is at least to remove the theta from the goat. That the elders have done. They provided leadership. Any person now tomorrow trying to accuse them, history will vindicate them. Otherwise, tomorrow people would say, the elders, you failed to provide leadership. When you saw that 4, 5, 6, 10 of your sons are interested, what steps did you take? Let it be that you tried and didn't succeed. Now the elders have tried. Whether they succeed or not, history will vindicate them.
Okay, Dr. Max,
Stanley.
Sorry. Dr. Stanley, please, I'm sorry.
But he has been, all along, in fairness to you, he has been echoing the opinions of Dr. Max.
Because he's an environment as well.
All right. From your own point, do you think what the elders have done, is it really going to create a headway for the PDP candidate? Do you think that is enough for the PDP candidate to win this election come 2023?
That is where I have a problem with the choice of us, because I've been hearing they should stop wasting their money. They should stop wasting their money. They should stop wasting their money. This means that it is already a concluded thing that the PDP candidate has won. I do not think that
he stands the best chance.
Okay, as you said, because he's your candidate. So I do not think that by adopting the PDP candidate, he has already won. There's a big battle ahead. He has to fight it out. And I do not also think that these other men will heed the advice. I'm not speaking for them, but from what we can see, from what we can perceive, I want to still believe that they will want to fight till the end. Advice is advice. You either take it or leave it. Just like this man has always given me bad advice, which I've always rejected. So I think these people still have the right to reject the advice given to them. Yeah.
All right, Honorable Emeka, what do you think are the chances? Do you think by the elders, the 9 local governments in Okpangwala coming together to adopt a particular person, do you think that is a leeway for the person adopted?
Yeah, apart from that, you know, Dr. Elieza
Professor
stands a better chance, you know, among all the candidates across the party line. You know, the thing is that then adopting him now has further boosted his chances of winning. You see that APC is riddled with crisis. You don't, as we are discussing now, as we're talking, you don't even know who the candidate is. You understand? You know,
they have two judicial.
Yeah, they have two judicial
candidates.
You understand? And another one is also still challenging the primary, challenging these other two. Then these other candidates from some of the other parties are literally unknown, and that is why this advice of the elders should be adhered to.
All right, Council, looking at what is happening, don't you think that since all these other persons in these other political parties, especially that of the Accord and that of the YPP, don't you think it is going to jeopardize the progress and winning or winnability of your candidate?
Certainly not. Certainly not in any way. You see, the base, political base of the PDP in Abia State is known, it is crystallized, it is established. And what we have been having most of the time, little bits of, maybe some people who are not happy sometimes with primaries, they will leave and go to some of these other small parties that have remained in opposition. And they keep on, those parties in opposition, every now and then, they recycle their membership, they will divide. Some will move from little party A to little party B.
Some even move to bigger party.
They keep on moving back.
Yes.
They keep on moving back and forth.
Yes.
But to a large extent, history has shown that Abia State is a PDP state. Apart from that, apart from having that strong base from which to now launch and operate, Professor Uche Ikonne, on his own as a person, has established sufficient credibility, he already has goodwill. This is a man that has touched lives of people in different ways in years past coming up. So it's not just about PDP alone. It is about the man as a person, Professor Uche Ikonne as a person. I am happy his brother here knows him. I am happy his brother here beside me agrees that Professor Uche Ikonne's credentials are impeccable. I am happy Dr. Nduhago here agrees that Professor Ikonne is about the best that we have today in the race. I mean, what more, like the Bible will say, we have water here, we have faith. My faith is here. What will stop my baptism?
Okay, Doc, let me also.
He has
spied Doc, do you think that the incumbent governor of Abia State, who is of PDP, do you think he has done enough outside the adoption of Professor Ikonne by PDP? Do you think that the governor of Abia State has done good enough, has done enough for Abians to extend their hand of fellowship to Ikonne for wanting PDP to come back again?
Thank you. This is a very important question. And honestly, I should be the one to answer the question. Ndiabia should answer the question. Ndiabia should say whether Dr. Okezie Victor, as my friend as well, has done well. Ndiabia should also say if what he has done is enough to renew the PDP leadership in Abia. And Ndiabia will say that using their votes in 2023. Stanley Nduhago wouldn't be the one to say, Ndiabia would be the people to say that. I don't know who would have answered your question.
Yes, we are Abians. Yes. And we can answer. Since he's an Abia man that he is abdicated, he doesn't want to answer.
I answered. I'm an individual.
We will
the majority of Ndiabia will answer.
Now we will answer.
So what is your answer?
Okay.
Let
me start. I will tidy it up. We are going to answer.
I can assure you that Abia will renew their contract with PDP come 2023. The governor has done well. You know, all of us live here in the city of Aba. You know, so many of the roads, Ukegu Road was impassable. Not only that he reconstructed it, he widened it. The same thing with Omoala, the same thing with Omoatako, Fox Road, and so many other roads like that.
Which road?
Fox Road.
Okay.
The Fox Road, the one you know. You understand? The little portion that has issue is being worked on
that you have failed portions along a particular road does not mean that road was not worked on.
That is the thing.
All right. So you can have failed portions.
And it's being attended to. As we speak, it's being attended to. So the thing is that go out there in the street and sample people's opinions. I can assure you that Abians are very much willing, both in from the Abia North and the Abia Central and Abia South. They are very much eager to renew their contract with PDP.
All right, shortly before we leave the scene,
can I answer?
Yes. Shortly before we leave the scene, I also want to, still on that question, do you think that the governor has done well?
It is not in doubt. It is not in doubt.
As you are answering that question, I want you also to remember what was on news: the medical doctors in Abia State and the hospital management boards threatening to go on strike, and a lot of salaries that are not paid in the state.
Okay. It is not in doubt at all that what Dr. Victor Okezie-Ikpeazu has done in Aba. Let us start from where we are, where this station is domiciled. Let us start from here. What he has done in Aba, if his predecessors, right from military regime, had done half as much, he wouldn't have had to grapple with the challenges and difficulties. Even in the midst of the economic crisis that APC has plunged this nation into, Abia is a part of Nigeria. The entire nation will have it rough. Today, despite the rainy season, we can ply Aba over the road. It is a fact. Nobody. But the problem we usually have in this part of the country is that when you fix one, people will forget how bad and nasty it was and quickly point to another one to remind you that you haven't done much. Same thing goes for Fox Road. Yes, Fox Road was done, but has failed portions. Not of the magnitude in those days that people used to plant corn, maize, in the middle of Fox Road. My own street, my own road, Umwala Road, people used to plant crops in the middle of the road in those days. But today it's one of the best roads in Aba. I mean Umwala Road. And so on and so forth, all over town. One thing about road construction, any person, excuse me, who knows his what, will tell you that in road construction, you must also have the backup of road maintenance. In Nigeria, we have a problem of maintenance culture. It is almost zero in the entire nation. But despite that, these palliative measures have been going on, trying to reinforce the roads, maintain them. You talked about doctors on a strike. Threatening to go on strike. I think that strike is an everyday thing now in almost every part of Nigeria. Like I made the point, let us not take Abia in isolation. I am not trying to excuse any one thing in any aspect. What ought to be done well. I concede that fact. Everywhere, it doesn't matter in which area. But when you now do what you call a comparative analysis, you compare and contrast. Let us check the resources available to you and to him, and now consider how both of you are using it. You compare like things. You compare citrus fruits. You wouldn't compare orange with, let's say, banana, just because they are all fruits. However, if you do a comparative analysis, you come to a conclusion that Governor Okezie-Ikpeazu has done well enough for Abians to renew the mandate that they had given to PDP at all levels.
All right, wonderful viewers, I'm happy you are still there, and this is where we'll be capping it up today. And remember, tomorrow is Nigeria Today. I'm sure you'll be there, and you keep watching Living TV. From my far left again is Honorable Emeka Yedu. Honorable Emeka, thank you for being part of this program today.
Thank you for having me. God bless you, viewers.
And Barrister Chukwuemeka Umogu, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, moderator, and bye, viewers.
And Dr. Stanley Max, Dr. Stanley,
that is to be his burden for today. That is to be his burden for today.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Thank you, our viewers. And I cannot fail to thank PDP members for defending their party.
I'm happy we were able to do a modest job.
All right, wonderful viewers. This is your moderator, Chineduma Dele, signing off. Remember, tomorrow is going to be another wonderful day. Keep watching the rest of our programs even today.